Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you episode 37 of my brand new Comics Haul series. This is of course the series where each and every week when I head down to my local comic shop and pick up all the new books I'm going to be getting that week, I show you guys everything I got and tell you a little bit about every single issue. So as always, let's pull this haul right out of the bag. This week I've got 7 issues, single issues, which are all from Marvel this time around, and I've got one collection. So here's the stack, and now that we've got these comics out of the bag, as always, let's get the bag out of the way. Alright, now that that's over with, let's get right into this haul that I've got today. We'll start it off with the biggest issue of the week, the one that we've been all looking forward to for a couple months at this point. Immortal Hulk issue number 50. Before I put this on the stand, I want to point out this wraparound cover, and I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen. The funny thing is that this is a $10 issue, so they put that spine in the middle, you can see, and it kind of ruins the wraparound idea. And yeah, it is a very big finale, written by Al Ewing, of course, and the art for this entire finale issue, all 80 pages of it somehow are all by Joe Bennett, a quadruple-sized issue. They only had 1 month off. They took a month off last month, but still somehow he was able to put out such a huge issue. It's pretty impressive. But the Hulk and Jackie McGee, the reporter that's been following him around this whole time, are heading down to the Below place to finally confront the leader who's been tampering with all of the Hulk alter egos, a whole bunch of other stuff happening. I also want to give my award for most anticipated issue of the week to this one. By far, definitely couldn't have gone to any other issue. Immortal Hulk number 50, the huge finale. I'm so excited to read this, and I don't know how Joe Bennett was able to draw this whole issue. So Immortal Hulk is ending with issue 50. Are we doing anything special? Yeah, I've got a few things planned. Like what? Well, for one thing, it's gonna be a quadruple-sized issue. Is it gonna... Yeah, we'll charge $10. That's right. Joe Bennett can draw the whole issue. What? He can't do that, can he? Yes, he can. He told me himself. Wow, really? No, but he'll get it done. Don't worry about it. If you say so, but I think I'll call him. I can do it! You can? And next up this week, continuing on with the Hulk segment, this is another finale, and this really officially wraps up Al Ewing's run on the Hulk. This is Gamma Flight issue number 5, and this is the wrap-up to this little mini-series that spun out of the pages of Immortal Hulk. I think it's cool that they're wrapping up both series in the same week so that they can really usher in the new age when Donny Cates' Hulk starts up next month. For this issue specifically, it's the last issue of Gamma Flight. Gamma Flight just being this team that's, their mission is basically just to figure out what's going on with gamma-powered villains, gamma-powered heroes, and they're just trying to protect the public like a regular superpowered team, only their focus is, you know, Gamma. The Abomination is actually the villain of this, and we see him on the cover there for the big finale here. It's the original Abomination, Emil Blonsky. It's only been okay in my opinion, but still a good addition to the Immortal Hulk run. So that's Gamma Flight number 5. And next up this week from Marvel Comics, I'm giving this issue my award for the best creative team of the week. In my opinion, that definitely goes to The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 76. So last week I did do a review of the first issue. That video has actually been doing really well, and I think I definitely will make it a weekly, I guess almost weekly series, reviewing every single issue of this Amazing Spider-Man run, because we had the new Beyond run start up last issue. But this is written by Zeb Wells and Patrick Gleason. They're just kicking off this brand new Beyond story arc with the first 2 issues, and then next issue we've got like a Kelly Thompson story arc, and a whole bunch of different writers and artists will be rotating every couple issues for the entirety of this Beyond arc. And we've just seen Ben Reilly sort of taking over as Spider-Man. He's gotten the official copyright for the Spider-Man name, and he's got this new high-tech suit, he's got this Beyond building in the middle of New York that he's swinging into, and just a really good life. He's getting paid well. Meanwhile, though, on the other side of the story, we see Peter Parker, of course the main hero of Amazing Spider-Man since the beginning. It's on the cover. Peter Parker got hospitalized last issue. Basically, Ben Reilly caused like an explosion when they were both fighting crime together that he could survive because his suit was so high-tech, but Peter Parker's just got the old-fashioned suit, of course. I'll say more about this one after I read it in the review tomorrow. Look out for that. Can't wait to read it, though. That's Amazing Spider-Man number 76. Best creative team of the week, in my opinion. And moving on with the Spider-Man segment of this video, I've got one more Spidey-focused issue here. It's Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 31. So we just had an issue a couple weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and that was the 10th anniversary issue. It was number number 30. We had like an oversized issue, and I didn't like it that much. I mean, I thought it was a good, like, lighthearted kind of classic Miles book, but nothing happened at all in that issue. And as you can see on the cover there, we've got Taskmaster getting involved, Miles, who's now in his new suit, which I'm kind of still warming up to. I guess it's okay looking. It's just weird that he's wearing like baggy clothes in my opinion. But he was going on a date with Starling, who's also on the cover here. They were supposed to go see a movie together, but then they were both late because they're both superheroes, and now Taskmaster is infiltrating them for some reason. Just a more lighthearted, like, kind of little story arc going on right now with Taskmaster. So that's Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 31. And next up this week, moving on to the X-Men segment of this video, I've got X-Men issue number 4, just the main flagship X-Men ongoing series. Ever since it relaunched after Jonathan Hickman ended his run, I've actually liked it pretty well. I think Jerry Duggan, who's the writer, and Pepe Larraz doing the artwork, they've done a great job, especially on those first 3 issues, just bringing the X-Men back to New York instead of staying on Krakoa like they have been for the last few years. Now they've got a headquarters in New York, this crazy tree house. I don't know, I think that's supposed to be Nightmare on the cover there. For some reason he's headless, and then he's like carrying Cyclops' head, and he's shooting a laser beam. This looks absolutely insane, so I'm keeping my expectations low because it could end up being really, really weird, but, you know, sometimes it's good to have a break from the normal and just have an absolutely bizarre issue just in time for Halloween. So that's X-Men issue number 4. I'm pretty curious to read this one. Now to finish up the X-Men issues that I picked up this week, let's finish it off with X-Force issue number 24. This, I'm giving my award for the best cover art of the week. It's done by Joshua Cassara, the cover here. Joshua Cassara's artwork is really amazing, and although he hasn't been doing interior art on this series for a long time, at least he's still doing the covers. Honestly, I can't really remember what's been happening in X-Force. I might end up dropping this title just because it hasn't been quite as good as it was at the very beginning, in my opinion. I am continuing on a little bit longer, though, because I think in the solicits they were saying something about X-Force having some important stuff for the future of Krakoa coming up, and it is a pretty decent read overall. Of course, we've got this anti-mutant, like, kind of mutant hate group called Xeno. They're trying to figure out Krakoa's secrets and take them down, just like Orcus and all these other big corporations. As this series continues, I'm not really sure what direction it's going to be going in. We don't have a very clear idea on when the underlying plot threads are going to come to a head or what's going on, but this is a really cool cover, so X-Force issue number 24. I'm curious to read this one too. And for my final single issue that I picked up from Marvel Comics this week, I've got Avengers issue number 49, and this is World War She-Hulk Part 4. It's unclear whether this is like the big finale to World War She-Hulk, or if the next issue is. I think next issue is issue 50, or legacy numbering 750. I'm pretty sure they're wrapping up World War She-Hulk in that next issue and starting up the next story arc and kicking off that brand new ongoing, like, spin-off Avengers title. It's called Avengers Forever. So there are some really big things happening in Avengers right now, but honestly, I've loved this World War She-Hulk story arc. It's just been a big focus on Jennifer Walters. We've also seen Gorilla Man getting involved. I think last issue was narrated by him and it was a focus around him. So there's some really interesting characters, some like B-level characters that Jason Aaron has brought into his run. And now Jennifer Walters is getting her big climax in this story arc. I think she's supposed to be quitting the Avengers at the end of this and then moving on to her own ongoing title starting in 2022. That's Avengers issue number 49. Can't wait to read it. And now for the final thing that I picked up this week. I've been planning on getting this for so long, but I didn't ask for it to be set aside. I was lucky enough to find it on the shelf. It just came out this week. This is Ultra Mega Volume 1 from Image Comics. I won't put this on the stand because I think it would just cripple it. But the special thing about this series was that every single issue was huge and oversized. I think you've got 60 pages of content in every issue of this series, so you can see how thick this trade is. You basically get 12 issues of content. If I'm correct, it might be less than that. And it's mostly all done by James Herron, written and drawn by him, and the colors are by Dave Stewart. That's quite an accomplishment. He was able to put out all of those issues in those few months, and since then he's just been taking a huge break from the series, probably gearing up for the next story arc if they're going to end up doing one. I was kind of regretting not getting it when it came out, but those issues were so expensive, right? $8 for 60 pages of content. It's well worth the price, but it still is an expensive price. And now getting this in collection form is just the much better option. This only costed $20, and I got it with my store points. Can't wait to read Ultra Mega. Let me know if you guys have read this down in the comment section below and what your thoughts on it are. Alright, well that's every single single one of the brand new issues that I picked up this week. I want to know what you guys got though. Let me know down in the comment section below. If you already read your issues, which one was your favorite issue of the week, or which was your most anticipated if you haven't read them yet. I cannot wait to read Immortal Hulk number 50. It looks like it's going to be an amazing finale, and I'm so glad that the regular creative team of Al Ewing and Joe Bennett are going to get to do that finale. I'm also excited to read Avengers, Amazing Spider-Man. Look out for my review of that issue. If you got some good information from this video, or if you enjoyed it at all, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That's the big red button, which is sitting right below this video. You can also hit the notifications bell, which is sitting right next to it. You'll be notified every single time I post a new video if you don't want to miss any. So that's everything from me for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye, guys.